Yes, we have Fremantle and Richmond here. It is a clash at the top of the table. Fremantle first, Richmond second, 1v2. Hopefully it'll be a good game. It'll be a good game, Dennis. Oh, imagine if they had like special guest Dennis Comedy commentary. Oh my goodness. But yes, so we will have, it will be Fremantle as player 1, Richmond as player 2. We're playing as both teams. That's how we've been going through it the whole season. So we'll see how the game ultimately goes. Things have been good in recent times with this game. We had a tale of 2 games yesterday with the Hawthorn and Brisbane. And then that wasn't as fun as it could have been. But Adelaide West Coast definitely lived up. It's the type of thing that I would hopefully... It lived up pretty well, I reckon. I reckon it lived up pretty well. Hopefully we can get more of the same here. What's going on here? Okay. It'll be Mr. Frederick. Looking to start off the day. Looking to start off the game, he's missed. But it is the first score.
That passenger play deserves the better
finish. So what are we looking to talk about? What are we looking to say? Look, I'm still happy that my little recovery from push-up problems, they're fading away. It's getting better day by day. And I found myself, look, because of the sunny days that we've been having, it's been good for me. I was able to get like a little walk going on, you know. I was a little bit nervous getting like what exactly, because I didn't know what I was going to do with the walk. I didn't exactly know what I was going to be doing and where I was going to be going, you know. And it was just like it was oh no, get rid of it. Okay, that's holding the ball. It was I think I left at like 9 AM, right? And I didn't know how long I was going to be gone. I just knew I need to be able to get back in time to like strain. That's all I knew. And it's interesting like walking around and just seeing like if you can remember things from your past and everything. So I was like able to find like a school friend's house. And I was like, yep. And I was able to realize, even though no one was home, I was able to work out that they still lived there. Just based on, because they had like a little Hawthorn gnome, and that's like who they went for. They had like a little gnome, and that's like who they went. That's who they went for in the footy. So I went, yeah, they're still there, unless like magically, unless like magically the people who moved there also go for Hawthorn. But like, I was like, okay then. But even like the search for it, it's like I got lost. Like I got lost. Like I was trying to work out how to get there, and then like I had walked up the road, and I had already at this point been walking for like pretty much an hour, and just because there's like a bunch of hills and everything, I get tired, man. It's a combination of walking and running, and then once I realized that's what I was looking to do, I started heading up this place, and I went, I think this is the way to go if I remember. And then like I got confused and thought I went up the wrong way. And then I found myself leaving that area, walking like further down like quite a bit more. And I basically wasted, I don't know how much time, but I wasted time and energy because it was totally the right place to go. It turns out I just had to like keep walking up, like like I just had to keep walking up almost like an extra, probably even just an extra 10 seconds, and I would have realized I was going to the right place. Get over here. I got myself confused, but that was interesting. And then like on the way back, I ended up walking by like the primary school I went to. So, and then as I was like, because I wasn't going to do it, but then I like got it in my head. I'm like, no, okay, I'm just gonna go do it. I'm just gonna go walk by on my way home. Get rid of it, and then I found myself walking past like a blind guy, which was like, I'm actually pretty sure it was not the first ever time I actually saw a blind person. So then I saw them, and they like, I could tell that they were lost, right? And they're like, at first I'm like, okay, I'll just like walk away from them because they're blind. I don't want to like walk next to them and like potentially freak them out, right? And then I realized that like they're on the phone and they're like lost. So I like go up to them just to be like, hey, like you want to know where you are? Do you like and stuff and that, and like they didn't want it, you know. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go leave. But like then I like keep an eye on them, you know, just a little bit before leaving, and they're still lost, right? Okay, go with this way. Oh, actually, they got and they got freaked out in that they thought they were on the road. They actually thought they were on the road, so I like had to let them know, like, dude, you're not on the road. Just letting you know, just like trying to calm my medic down on that one, because that would like freak you out, right? If you like think you're on the road and you like can't see it. But then I ended up going back up to him. Basically right after they dropped their cane, because they dropped their cane. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna give them back their cane, and then I ended up one more time being like, hey, do you want to like know where you are right now? And I can just tell you that stuff. They didn't want to know. They didn't want it. So like, okay, I'll just leave them there. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna be that pushy on it. You know, if they don't want it, like that's for them to decide. You know. But it was interesting, like
centering ball.
Like the whole situation was interesting to me, in that it was like I was like somewhat surprised that they actually went to talk to him just to like make sure they were okay and like see if they wanted help, because like usually I'm not gonna like go do that, you know. Here we go, Mr. Switkowski.
He's not on the board yet. That should change here.
And then like there was and then there was like some other guy who like was walking nearby, right? Now I don't think that because that person was there that influenced me to want to go talk to the blind guy. I don't think so. But I did notice that like that guy stopped after then I went to go check on him, right? Like that dude was not gonna stop at all until he saw that I had stopped. Come get rid of this. Okay, so that's gonna be a ball up. But it was just like making it. It's the type of thing that like it makes me look at myself, in like different situations. Because it's like it's not like I like am very social at all. Of like so like my life is definitely just very much in my own head. So then when I have like a situation like that, come up with like something's like a bit surprising. Like I can think of a few instances right now as I'm thinking. So I remember there was one time I was walking to go shoot basketball, and then like there was a fire, and then it's like, okay, like that sort of like set off an alarm. But like this is like it's like three different layers of three different things. So there's like that one where there was like a fire, and then like I went over to someone like, dude, there's like a fire right there, like get like buckets and stuff and everything. But then I like left. I didn't like stick around for it, right? There was another instance. It might have been like late last year or early this year, where it was like the same story. I was walking, I was going to go shoot the basketball, but then I happened to walk down one street, not for no reason really, and there happened to just be a dog just walking back up it, and was like heading towards like this highway. And I went, oh, that's not fucking good. If that dog's gonna get freaking run over. So then like I'm trying to like go after it and everything, and like that whole and then everything that's going with that, like the dog ended up fine, right? The dog ended up fine. I don't know if it actually got to like its owner, or if like the person just claimed they were the owner. I have no idea. But like I think of that situation, and then I think of this, and it's just something. Wait, what just happened there? Okay then. But it's the type of thing where it's like I'm probably not going to be able to give like deep in detail thoughts on it right now, because it literally just happened. Like it happened like an hour ago. Go over here. But it's making me look to evaluate myself in terms of the type of person I am. Like I can have all these different thoughts about what type of person I am and everything.
Gathers on the half.
But like that's a situation like you're not gonna have like any much expectations to it. So it's like it's just something that's gonna have me thinking a bit.
He'd like that one. Sloppy disposal and a turnover.
There you go, Mr. Lynch, and you got Rioli.
Rioli pushes into space and receives the footy.
The Tigers with a late chance.
Okay, let's see what he can get here.
It's not the best kick. Has he done enough?
Nope.
Not a gimme goal, but probably should have been kicked nevertheless.
Go with Frio.
Ryan goes towards half back.
Coming back, it will be. A handball this way, that's a short, press the kick in. There you go.
Not at their best so far.
It's one of those ones that should be kicked, but it's amazing how often players miss them.
This will be a close thing.
He's missed a couple now. Might
No, okay
a few
then.
doubts into his head.
Little kick.
Young brings it back in. Cox.
But I do look at that and I just wonder about it. It's like part of the reason why I would go to like a blind person, because like it's not the same. It's not the same level whatsoever. Is there like an empathy that I'm actually able to feel just for the fact that like I have glasses? Like it's not the same. Like that person was like blind is blind, right? But I'm not. Like I can use glasses. Like they had a cane to like help them move around. It's like I can understand like not being able to see things properly, right? So I was like, I'm like wondering, is that like part of it? Is that part of why? That I like, I guess at this point would see someone blind and I would feel like more, I guess empathy towards them. Mr. Tapiner. Because like the idea of like not being able to see where you are, like that sounds fucking terrifying. Like just imagine just walking around with your eyes closed. Like that's pretty much what it would be.
Then went back and put it straight through the middle.
The Dockers. It's all going right.
Yeah, here with Frio.
Walters gotta go quick.
That's Richmond.
Running out.
It's kicked.
Gets his kick despite the heat. Rioli. The Tigers need to make inroads.
Hey.
Castagna uses the body well.
It's not a gimme goal, but certainly one that should be kicked.
Like it's interesting when we think of like list of fears. I know like in myself, if I like think of fears, like yeah, I might think of like different types of animals and maybe like different situations. But never like really crosses my mind like the fear of being blind. Because like as I think about that sounds so much scarier than like a snake ever would. Like yes, if a snake like bit you, you're probably gonna have issues. But look, that chances are there might like be a better situation than like being blind, you know? I'm not sure how accurate that is. I'm just like thinking in the moment. There would be like so many situations I think that like I would be scared of, or like we would be scared of, and it's like I feel like something like that, like losing like your sense of sight or like other senses. That actually probably in reality be so much scarier to have to deal with.
Clever kick, Brayshaw. They're a big chance here. That's a strong mark.
Kick here, who you got? Oh, handball. I'm so happy yesterday that Sydney won. Thank you, Sydney. I had no belief in them at all. Like I know I saw the stat that the team that heading into the round that was in 15th position had won 7 times in a row. And this week Sydney were that team that were in 15th, and so it was like, so I was just like, they're going to be the team that screwed up. I was just so sure of it, because I not only needed Sydney to win, I needed the Bulldogs to also lose. So it would have been a 2-for-1 special had it gone through. So I'm so happy. They freaking tested me. Make it like Sydney. They either just get to play West Coast and have a full demolition, or they have to have close games.
Chapman wins it back.
And it's just like Sydney. Just please win. Just put them away.
He's everywhere at the
Why are you gonna like have my heart racing all the time?
It's amounted to nothing.
I'm just happy to see they won, man.
Walters.
It's good. It's good things for me.
Needed to be clean and wasn't.
There we go. Oh.
Saw that coming.
Switkowski.
Going for goal. Flirting with the post.
All right then.
Over there. You've got to expect to pay the price.
Bukowski gets the goal. Gives Freo a 24-point lead here.
Graham, he's wrapped up. They've given it back.
Handball.
Hughes.
Go over here.
Darcy.
Mr. Darcy.
The Dockers are playing some great footy. That's
Yeah, you can get it going.
Can they keep the footy this time?
Oh, that could have been better. I'm a Freo. No, go.
Deep. He's stopped in his tracks. Aish, this for 3 on the trough, and he steers it through.
You can't conquer that like
I did just hear that they said 3 on the truck, so
The Tigers look at
so that means what? It would have been 2 goals, but now it's 5. Okay, I'll get rid of that. Yeah, I'm like literally thinking about it. Like, the idea of being blind sounds so horrible, and even part of that is because I wouldn't even be able to do this stuff. Like, I actually think about how much of my life is dictated by sight. So it's like, that's why like glasses are so amazing to me right now. The fact that I'm actually able to like see things properly.
The Dockers are working harder at the present time, and they're reaping the rewards.
Like without it, I wouldn't be able to do this stuff. I'm not sure how much I'd actually be able to do. Like, the whole life would just change so much.
They need a spark before this one gets away from them.
It's been quite a turn-up. What a first half we've
And I don't know, it's the type of thing where it's like, oh, there are like always positives to it. I don't know what the positive to that is.
Coaches go grey, sets up a foot race. The coach will start pulling out.
I don't know what positive there is that's going to outweigh like the negatives, you know?
Sloppy play.
Go over here.
Runs onto it. They need to hit the scoreboard here.
It's like I ain't getting no superpowers with it. Like if I'm not getting like superpowers with it, like what's the positive? What's the positive? How am I get rid of that?
Aish absorbs the pressure. The umpire says he had no
okay.
out.
Oh.
Rucks go at it. Nankervis.
Check it in. No, okay. Hopefully Richmond can get some stuff going here. But after the first quarter, things might be okay in terms of the competitiveness. But Freo this quarter have just been able to like get some stuff going. Richmond haven't been able to keep up. Oh, handball. Little kick. Okay, he got rid of it. Keep it going. Handballs.
Have all the answers. Walters. They're huffing and puffing.
Oh, I'm huffing and puffing for sure. I mean, you have me like walking around for a couple of hours. Even now, it's like I got back, I had a shower, and then I just came right into this. Like I'm not stretched out. I'm still huffing and puffing. Especially when I gotta consider that I gotta like keep talking around this whole time. Have some things to.
He doesn't waste many.
Yeah, that's the Bolton. Yep. Oh.
They must tidy up their kicking. The Dockers can smell blood. Walters. A bit of
I don't know. Where'd you get rid of it, please? Hello. Okay, so I think this is something I was going to talk about yesterday a little bit. I was going to touch on it. But I don't know like how deep or coherent I'm going to get my thoughts. It's always a concern with me. But hopefully, like as I talk, I'm able to get around to it. So it's kind of like the idea on how surface level how deep are we actually able to speak towards each other? Yeah. How surface level is everything? Like I'm having like thoughts in my head of but I know like if someone was talking to me, because we have different parts of the brain that like have different functions with it.
Struggling at the moment. It's difficult to make
Rioli tasked with the kick in. Grimes has
I'm just like curious if you like am I going to actually say the thing I'm curious on or not? That's what I'm trying to work out right now.
Their handball game going. Not sure who that was meant for, but it's been picked off.
You know situations where
at the right time.
I have this issue where I want to like talk about something and I have like thoughts in my head, but there's like also like there's a hesitancy, so it's like squeezing on my brain, like the part of my brain that would like create words, create the thoughts, and they would flow through. There's like a part of my brain that's like being squeezed together that's like telling me that maybe I shouldn't be doing it because of like some sort of like connection to it, but like I know that I want to get into it because I like it. I feel somewhat smart when I'm thinking like it. That's the Freos. It's like, okay, so where would it be? We have surface level, deepness, Tabana. Let's see what you can get here. So we're at. Can you get this goal here? Push it over 40. Nope.
Back, but it's not going to.
Did all the hard work only to let himself down with a kick.
Okay.
This could be trouble. Graham can't afford to pass.
So what am I looking to say? I'm looking to say is there'd be different parts of the brain. So there would be what would be classified, I guess, more emotional, the more analytical parts of our brains. I think that on the surface level, in terms of how we like present ourselves,
he's so clean with the footy. Bolton delivers to
what's like the coherent thought in this? What's like the proper way to explain what I'm looking to say?
Good handball. Aish. The Dockers hot at the moment.
Because I know like I can have situations where like maybe I or other people we have a thing going on, and then people are like talking to you, and maybe they're giving you advice, and then like they're giving what in their mind they think is advice. So then they're like saying something to you, and then maybe you're like, oh no, I get that and stuff, but it's like then you don't like follow through on it. Like, well, why don't you follow through on it? It's because like when we are communicating to other people, there's always some level of a guard up. We're not like fully at our core, you know. When we're like interacting with people, that's not what's like showing up. Like the very fact that like to go from our most inner deep core feelings, and then expressing them, there's a whole filtering system that goes within our brain before it comes out to showcase itself outwardly. So it's like automatically, no matter what, there's not like a most inner core that is absolutely what I'm showcasing to you or anyone else. There's always a mask, there's always some level of coverage up in there.
The Tigers might be able to start something. Rioli.
Okay, I at least feel confident that I know what I'm saying there. I feel confident that I know what I'm saying when I say that.
Almost an accidental intercept.
Get rid of this.
Sarong. Good use.
So where was that going to connect to? What did I want to connect that to? That's where I gotta work. That's what I gotta work out right now.
Can he deliver? Yeah, back him more often than not.
That is going very close.
Those are the kinds of opportunities you really need to take.
Mr. Floston, let's get rid of it.
Goes long from the kick in.
So I mentioned us having like facade stuff, having not even like facade in terms of we're having like a little bit of a mask up, having like coverage there, like guard up. Then it would go to when people are talking to us based on so like when we're expressing ourselves and expressing things within us, and people are like because in their interpretation they're just picking up what we're putting out there, right? So then they like come up with a response based on their perception, and then it's like why would it maybe not really, even if we are like able to take that and say, yeah, I understand, and maybe we are able to understand like the logic that they're saying, like the reason that we don't necessarily follow along with it and everything is because the thing that they think they're talking to isn't like the inner deepest core of us in terms of our brain. It's not the part of the brain that they're actually talking to. They're talking to the part that like after our filtering system that we go through, and the part of our mind where the final like release happens before it comes out of them, before it like goes out into the world. That is what people are ultimately reacting to and would be talking to, so it cannot connect, because even though it is like where it came from, it's only where it came out of. It's not like the ultimate like place that it originated. So like it doesn't connect, because in order for it to connect, you would have to actually be communicating the part of the brain that's actually like been kind of shielded away from you, that's not actually been showcased as much. I think that makes sense.
Aish read it well on centre wing and can pump them back into attack.
Rio kick it there.
That's good work rate. Outbodies his opponent and took
like I notice in myself, like the left side of my brain, the right side of my brain, not even necessarily like not being able to know or remember like all the different words and names that are given up for each different part of the all the different parts of the mind.
Sensational grab.
I can notice, like as I'm. Okay, can you? God damn.
That could be a goal-saving tackle.
Great pressure there and gets the reward.
I had the wrong controller. That's why that one got messed up.
The Tigers have no answers.
Get it in there.
Kick lets them down. Up and under.
There you go.
Martin
No. Oh.
He'll be
Dusty. Kick it. Go.
It's close.
Yay.
They've got to find a way to get him into the game. We know how damaging he can be.
It's an understatement to say they needed that one.
Okay, cool. Like, yeah, I will be able to notice that when I'm going
attracted a crowd. Aish comes free in the tackle. Sarong.
When I'm going through the thoughts to the going from the feelings to the thoughts to the ultimate like communication, like that process that has to happen.
He's run into trouble.
I'll be able to see like different parts of my mind lighting up, like the energy. I'll be able to feel that energy shifting around based on like what I'm thinking about. Right? Okay, get rid of this.
He ran into a brick wall.
So
there's an argument for a free kick there.
I'll be able to see from like the beginning of the feeling, and then that evolving into the thoughts before it goes to like before it comes out and it's communicated. I'll be able to like feel that process happen in my mind. But then like if something was like reflecting back to me, I'll be able to like tell like that what like that like I'll be able to tell that okay, I guess I'm just using as example, so like, I don't know if this is so it'd be like say something started from the left side of my brain, transferred and then moved over towards my right before ultimately coming out of my mouth as words. Potentially, if that's like how it works. I'm not saying that is, but I'll be able to tell that the reflection back, it's almost like it's being communicated to the right side of my brain rather than where it actually originated from, which would actually be the left, which is the part it would actually need to be, that would actually need to be communicated with, and it's the one that would need to take in what the other person is saying for it to actually like sink in. But that's not going to really happen because it's the filtering system makes it harder for that to happen.
Darcy palms it down. Sarong, Prestia. That's almost worth a kick. Pickett.
I don't know what more I can really say on that right now.
Hughes, Brody.
Get rid of this. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Handball with Frio.
They cannot keep him quiet.
You got rid of that. That's Switkowski. It's interesting. It's like I say what I'm saying right now, and like I can tell like I don't like I feel like I'm onto something, but I don't have like the full conviction in it. So there's like a nervousness in that because what I'm presenting is it's like a thought process that isn't that because of the way I'm talking makes me feel like I sound really stupid. Which can make it very hard to want to like keep going. Because okay, get rid of that. Kick this way, and it's like it's something that I would love to be able to learn, which is to embrace stupidity. Because like I can understand that we're always stupid, right? We're always gonna know less than we are going to know. I can understand that. But it's like it's like if I can like embrace the stupidity in me and just allow myself to go through that process over time, it's like building up strength, like physical strength. At first you'd be weak, but if you're just willing to embrace the fact that you're not strong and are just willing to just do something, then over time it can build up and you get used to it, and then you're able to do it more comfortably. You're able to even do more and more. It's like, but it's hard to embrace stupidity. It doesn't feel good. Like it shouldn't. It's not supposed to feel good. I don't think it's supposed to feel good.
3 goals straight, and he's certainly making the most of his opportunities.
The Dockers are having a lot of the play and making.
But I guess like instead of thinking about it of like embracing the stupidity, like the glass half full, the positive viewpoint on that would be to like try and embrace like effort, you know, rather than like trying to focus on the intelligence part of it, like whether it's smart or it's stupid. It's like trying to embrace the part where it's like the learning, the effort part of it, you know, like it's like worrying about the process, which is putting in the effort, doing the learning, going through it, rather than the outcome, which would be whether or not it's smart or it's stupid. Because worrying about the outcome makes it easier to just give up quicker, because you're like, oh my god, I'm not just like this super smart guy all the time so quickly. I can't be talking then, I guess. It's like that's what I'm like sensing right now. Get this kick.
How will the umpire see this?
Come on. Oh.
Sarong has it on a string. Needs that to come.
Yay. Yay. Cool.
A midfielder who consistently hits the scoreboard is a real valuable commodity in modern footy.
The Dockers having a good third term.
They are. So Freo are back in their ways of like they just come in and they like to smash teams around.
They're bloodthirsty today.
Here we go. Oh. Get rid of it. Do we think Richmond... Does Richmond have a chance of coming back? Nope. I can just say that pretty much right now. No. I don't see a team coming back from like 10 goals down at this point with how things are. But hey, you never know.
Will battle for this ball. The Dockers have all the answers. Goes laterally.
Okay, Mr. Lion, get your kicks over here.
Schultz.
Handball it. Ah. Alright then. You're saying I'm very intelligent?
The Dockers are employing a very
if you say so.
win the ball, keep the ball, kick goal.
And oddly enough, like that's actually legitimately how that works. It's like my intelligence isn't actually like I can have my own view on if I think that my ability is valuable to me. But you know, like intelligence overall tends to just be based on like the opinions of other people. Like it's a popularity contest, you know? Come over here. Get the goal. Thank you very much.
He managed to find some space in a dangerous position and made them pay for their loose checking.
They've pulled one back, but they need plenty.
Over here with
turned over.
Yeah, from your viewpoint. Cool. Well, you're welcome, I suppose.
Taranto. He just keeps racking.
Come over here.
Young with a chance now. Hasn't seen a lot of it. Tabernar.
This way.
Looking to extend this margin. Taranto tries to spike it.
We got Richmond. The handballs are this way.
It's a hot footy. What's he got on offer? Hopper.
Edge kick over there. Mr. Nankervis.
Towards half forward with the kick. Good disciplined defense.
Okay, cool.
It was
well, we know pretty much how this game's turning out. Which, I mean, okay, it happens, you know. Not every game can be close. It happens. Get the kick out over here.
Can he find a teammate?
But we still got another quarter and a bit to go through here. So, we'll see how it all turns out.
Searching kick. Baker didn't.
Handball. Oh, what's that handball?
Bit of a panicked handball.
No, it's not. No.
Rush behind, and the fans are furious.
Yeah, they should be. It's not. Okay, we'll go from this handball here. Now we'll play that top.
Affects the turnover.
Okay, now Freo can get it. It'll be fine.
Frederick.
Get the kicks that way.
Towards full forward.
Oh my goodness.
To go to work. Lynch.
Handball that out, please.
No free kick. And they've got a stoppage in a dangerous position.
Oh my God.
Looking for territory. Brody.
Handball with the Richmond.
For that.
Who are we going to get with? That is with Freo.
To give the ball back.
Keep it going.
Hand pass, and they've turned it over. Aish gathers
And Brayshaw. That going to be a goal?
One behind.
Nope, not to be.
If they can keep running and taking the game on, there's no reason why they can't create lots of opportunities in front of goal.
Goes long from the kick in.
I've always wondered, I know, like I've mentioned it multiple times, but I always like wondered, what if like what if I just went through and said all the things, and then afterwards, like over time, because like at the moment, there's like barely, like you're the only one here, right? And like there will be like not very many people who will see the YouTube stuff. I'm just like curious, if I like shut up about how much schooling I've had, and then like over time, like just hypothetically, say like a year or two from now, there were like more viewers, and then I just talk about things. I'd be so curious to like work out like what people's perceptions on me are in terms of what they think like my education level actually is, in terms of how much I've done with the things that like I'll talk about. There we go with O'Meara. That would be fascinating to me. Like, what would people's perception of my education level be? I'd be fascinated of that, because I don't know that like many people would actually get the answer. I highly doubt it.
Going for territory.
There we go.
Chapman with a big fist.
No. Handballs are back. There you go. Get that kick over here.
That's a dreadful hand pass, truth told.
Down there with Suttons, eh? Oh right, I just realised we're in the last quarter. Thankfully, hopefully Richmond can get some stuff going here. Mr. Tarantor. There you go.
Great play. The Dockers have been caught napping.
Hold back in to drive this right through the high diddle-diddle.
Big chance here. They need it, but he's missed.
And I'm still over here needing like as much water as I can get, needing as much hydrations as I can get over here.
Some people can't.
You bet that people would think that I attended an university? Yeah, I think that is possible that people would think that. Probably with like, when it comes to a topic and the way that I talk about it, it wouldn't be surprising to me if people did look at me and thought it was like, oh my god, this guy probably like finished high school. He maybe like went to uni for stuff, and like especially because I like to talk about my interest in psychology stuff and things to do within like if I just spent like a little time learning like the technical definitions of things within neuroscience, people would definitely think that way, which in my mind would be like, I guess that's a compliment. It's like, wow, you're so far off. Come over this way. It's just that interesting thing to realize that
the Dockers going to be a bit sharper in defence. They're fortunate they weren't punished on that occasion.
That's like it really. I do think to this in myself, like if the internet wasn't like as big as it was, if I was like born 20 years earlier, like things would just be completely different. But like, what would I be doing? Because like I wouldn't be on the internet and stuff. Like, what would be my place where like I would have learnt if like I left school as early as I did, but there wasn't like YouTube there? Would I have the interest of like going to a library to go learn some stuff? You know, I don't know. Or would I just like grow up being very uneducated about stuff? Like even more so than I am. Get rid of that. That is something I wonder about. I do wonder. Get rid of this. There you go. Kicks in here. Oh, handball. There you go with Mr. Clark.
Can he hit a target? That could be vulnerable here.
Have I ever taken an IQ test? My like extent to that is would have taken like online IQ tests, which I know aren't like, which I'm like, okay, the game's freaking out over there. Which it's like, okay, so they're not like legit, like I get that, but I remember that I would have been in those like tests that would have been there. I remember being in like the 130s to 140s range, which I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. But that would have been like years ago. I don't know. It would have been a long time ago when I would have done that. Get the kicks over here.
He's been quiet. Chapman got a fist in.
I also don't know like how much to really
They've got time to put
value like IQ
Frederick.
as well, because it's like, sure, people like use it to be like, oh, this means like this person might be like good at this thing and good at that thing, but it's like, yeah, sure, like the idea of like raw intelligence of like, here are things and here are questions, and it's like, and like the brainiac analytical stuff, right? But in life, I would imagine that like an EQ, like that emotional quotient, would be so much more valuable. Like, just because of like what people in general are going to care about. Get rid of this. Like in your day-to-day life, just like understanding people, it's probably going to be more beneficial, I would imagine. But like you'd also want like if you can have a higher IQ, like cool, you know, over here, like because I keep remember. Because when the IQ, I feel like I've heard be brought up, it also gets brought up where it's like, oh yeah, these people who you wish you knew everything. I think at first that sounds great, but at the same time, it's like, how much do we really want to know? Because I immediately think about like, think of like the worst things imaginable that you could know. Like, and then you find out they're true, and they're like being kept super secret, you know? Like, you would know those things as well. And it's like, it sounds great at first to want to know everything, but like, do you really want to know everything? Like, our minds protect, like, I imagine protect ourselves from physical harms. I think it would also be true that that our mind would look to protect ourselves from mental and the emotional harms, and that's why we don't know as much as we could. Like, we could know a lot more. Like, I'm not sure if I'm actually not sure that I would want to know like everything. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, like I remember that I keep but like, what's your reason for wanting to know everything? I keep hearing that like people within like the IQ and stuff, and like the highest IQ or whatever, I don't know if it's like the actual amount of money that they earn, it isn't like it's the top, you know? Come over here.
Castagna kicks inside the forward 50.
Yay.
Lynch, too big, too strong, too good.
He doesn't miss many, so you wouldn't think this would pose any problems.
Goes at goal, and that is an opportunity gone begging.
Okay, that's unfortunate that he missed that, but we'll keep it. Ah! Okay, they're going to get one here.
Got in the way. Martin.
There it is.
These defenders are going to have to tighten up. They've been giving them way too much space.
The Tigers haven't thrown in the towel. Credit to them.
But yeah, I can think of like the idea of like just like if I just knew like twice the amount I knew now, it would probably be pretty cool. I just wonder what like I would choose though. You would, regardless of the outcome, you just want to be able to do everything on your own, be ahead of 2 steps of every person.
Yeah. Ryan Cochin reads the play so well. Castagna wins it back.
Oh!
Sloppy disposal and a turn.
Come this way.
The Tigers having a
hey! Handball over there.
An excellent grab.
It's like it's interesting. Go over here. I feel like there's a thing where in our minds we think if we like know everything, we can be like, oh my god, I know everything, and they're like maybe even these bad things, I'll be able to like stop them because I know that stuff. And then like if you actually went through the process, you would realize that actually wouldn't be true, because go over here. That actually probably might not necessarily be true, because you would then have to, because in order to like, you would probably have to then explain it to other people, and if they don't understand it, it's like, you're going to spend extra time, you're not going to get that stuff. Anyway, I think you're saying, you would regardless of the outcome, you just want to be able to do everything on your own. I don't know if you can do everything on your own. It's, at first I see that, I'm like, it sounds like great to be like, yeah, I'm super independent and stuff. I don't need other people for everything. It's like, I don't know if like that's even possible to just be independent, you know? Hey! Like the level of like, what's the level of independence that we as people are actually able to have? I'm not sure. Get rid of this. Here's Richmond. Keep it going. Okay, well, it's nice to see that Richmond have been able to like have like a little bit going for them in this quarter. Bring the margin back a little bit.
It's a tough game. Stoppage coming up on the wing. The two big men do battle.
Here we go with the Richmonds. Handball.
Solidly. Hughes.
Kick down there.
They've worked it well. How's the entry?
And you got Mr. Fluston.
That might attract.
So we're at. Oh!
Over the top and hold
Love
on.
to see that.
Slowing it down now. Cox.
Yeah. Kick it forward.
They're playing with purpose and poise.
You want to get it this way. Mr. Darcy.
That's generous.
Handball.
This could hurt the other way.
There you go.
Felt the pressure there. Sarong says
Handball
thank
it back.
you very much.
Very good. We got 2 minutes left. We're almost at the end here.
On the boot. Taberner has it at half forward.
There, they'll kick in.
The Dockers look
Oh.
well drilled.
Didn't go in the 50. Okay,
And
now
his
it's going
name
in
written
there.
all over it. Head
The arm to the pocket. Oh my goodness.
Up and away.
Get a little snap here.
Should be a goal.
That's close. He liked it off the boot.
Their ball use has been first class. They're able to keep possession better than their opposition, which makes life so much
Okay then.
Everything they've touched has turned to gold today.
Everything is
He's
touched.
caught.
I think. What's that song? Like everything you touch, everything I touch. I don't know.
Well done. Ignoring
Get the kicks down here, Mr. Schultz. Like if that was your superpower, you feel like it would be the most OP ability.
Had it and lost it. They've given it
I feel like I've heard
Graham,
people,
Pickett.
and I guess like in a way, I probably agree with this. Of like, if you knew like everything and you're like the smartest person ever, you'd probably just end up like fucking insane. Like everyone would think you're so fucking nuts. Like I don't even know that people would look at you and be like, oh my god, this person's so smart, because you would be talking about things that conceptually everyone around you like just wouldn't get. They'd be like, you're a fucking insane. I can see that happening. We have Rio getting this win. But yeah, like ultimate intelligence, I guess in theory does sound nice. There are 3 goals, Fife, Switkowski, and Jackson. You got Sarong on top with 44, you had Brayshaw with 40, Aish with 39. Taberner had the most marks, he was the only one to get to double digits. Alright then. So it was Freo getting the win. They had 3 goals apiece through Fife, Switkowski, and Jackson. It was Sarong, Brayshaw, 44 Sarong, 40 for Brayshaw, and they get the win over Richmond in the top of the table clash by, what is that, 49 points, 92 to 43.